Welcome. Today we plan to take a closer look at the newest member of the ICE thermal inkjet range, the Viper Plus. So what sort of user is this product aimed at? Well, the Viper Plus is ideal for printing onto rigid packaging at a wide range of speeds. It's widely used in the pharmaceutical industries for printing onto cartons. It's also popular in the ready meals and sleeved product industries. The range of inks available has grown significantly, and now the machine can print onto almost anything which has a flat surface. So what can we print? Well, each cartridge has a print height of 12.7mm, and up to 4 of these may be specified for each application. That gives us a maximum print height of 50mm. We can print almost anything we want on the label area, as long as it's single colour. So barcodes, graphics, complex ingredients and parts data are also possible. The maximum resolution is 600 dots per inch in both height and print direction, which means barcodes are very crisp and legible and will meet ANSI standards. It's worth noting that the resolution can be adjusted in both the direction of print and across the height of the print. This offers advantages to both print speeds and ink consumption. We'll talk more about these later. Let's watch the machine create a print. As usual, we're going to take a look at the physical layout of the machine. You won't be surprised to learn that it needs no compressed air, just an electrical supply. So let's take a look at the components of the Viper Plus. There are 2, the print heads and the clarity interface. This is the operator's HMI and can be located anywhere within 3 meters of the print heads. You will see the Viper Plus is very well engineered and built. The clarity housing is stainless steel. The print heads are nicely machined from anodized aluminium, and all of the connectors are high spec. This is a machine which is built to last many years. And of course, the print technology is thermal inkjet, which means no moving parts, and much of the complexity is replaced each time a cartridge is changed. All external connectors are located at the bottom of the clarity, along with the main power switch. All the machine needs to operate is electricity and a signal, this to trigger the print. The electricity supply may be 115 or 230 volts. The Viper Plus will adjust automatically. So what makes the Viper Plus the machine of choice within such a broad range of industries and gives it that superior performance? Well, the answer is simplicity and quality. The Viper Plus combines the legendary clarity interface fitted to all ICE products with proven thermal inkjet technology, and places both into a package which is engineered to a very high standard, meaning high levels of reliability throughout the life of the system. The layout of clarity is common across all ICE products and will be familiar to many users of our Zodiac and Vulcan products. Clarity has been designed really with a few simple goals: make the operator's life as easy as possible and reduce coding errors. What we're looking at here is the home screen. This can be reached at any time by simply pressing the Home symbol tab located in the top left-hand corner of the screen. From here, the operator can achieve most of his requirements on a day-to-day basis, with very few button presses. These include changing the job and understanding the ink levels. Let's run the printer for a while and take a look at the results. If we take a close look at the print, we can see it's very clear and has very good resolution. Let's take a look at what the operator might need to do on that day-to-day basis. The most obvious requirement for the operator is to change the print job. There are a number of ways to do this, but the most simplest and common way is to press the job button. This will present us with a list of jobs that have been saved to the local memory. If you require it, the list could be stored on a server and sent remotely. We can now see that this Viper Plus is connected to our own network via the ClariSuite software. If we now choose a job called Viper Plus, you will see that the Viper Plus has prompted us for some decisions to be made. These decisions and the rules around them are managed within the ClaraSuite label design software. You can learn about this in the ClaraSuite video. In this case, the job we have chosen has some options for the operator. The first one involves a date. In this case, the machine has calculated the correct date based on an offset from today's date, but will also allow the operator to make a change to this, but in a controlled way to prevent errors. This job also contains a field with a batch code. Again, we can edit this value within a permitted range. We have now selected our new job. We can see this at any time by pressing the job name on the screen. The printer will now show us a full WYSIWYG view of the print job, a perfect preview of what is being printed. Another important part of the operator's life is dealing with events. For example, the ink running out. The machine will warn us of this and of course predict this event based on current job and speed. When a cartridge does finally run out, the printer will stop and advise clearly what has happened, along with instructions about what needs to be done to resume printing. Replacing an ink cartridge really couldn't be more simple. We simply flip the catch, take the old cartridge out, and then push the new one into place, and then flip the catch back down. The printer will know we have done this and will offer a couple of on-screen prompts. This to confirm what we have done is correct. And then we're ready to go. Before we talk about the technical details and specification, one last point about job selection and coding errors. Although the Clarity is a pretty simple interface, if you really want to reduce the risk of errors, scanning barcodes is the most secure way to do this. In this case, we simply connect a USB scanner to the Clarity and scan a barcode to select a job. Typically, this barcode will be part of a production order, or it could even be the primary barcode on the packaging. This feature is standard within the software. We have spoken about this before, but I always like to mention at this point, standard on all Clarity interfaces is the web browser capability. If this is enabled, the screen can be operated via a web browser in exactly the same way as it will be operated locally. In this case, we are browsing the Viper Clarity using an iPad. The screen we are seeing on the iPad is simply the Safari web page for the IP address of the printer. Now we have the ability to replicate all the Clarity functions using the iPad. How clever is that? This feature is very useful for remote diagnostics, and it also makes a very simple process to integrate the Clarity system into a packaging machine. This to allow the printer functions to be operated from the screen of the packaging machine. Of course, in some cases, the Viper Plus will need to print unique information on every package. This is where the product really comes into its own. The Viper Plus have a number of options to allow communication with external devices. These might be PLCs, vision systems, barcode scanners, or it might be required to be part of a track and trace system in a pharmaceutical environment. To achieve all of these things, we've equipped the Viper Plus with a full set of physical connectors and a number of communication protocols to ensure it can integrate into every system, regardless of complexity. So let's take a quick look at the communication options. The Viper Plus has an Ethernet, serial and USB ports fitted as standard. All may be used simultaneously if required. So we could have the Viper Plus connected to a PLC and a host server to achieve both data and control from an external source. The Viper Plus also has a complete range of communication platforms. So for example, we can connect it to our own ClaraSuite software, or we could use a Windows driver to send data straight from a Windows application. The Viper Plus also allows print job data to be sent from a simple text interface, such as a PLC, or to be configured to communicate via a binary protocol. which allows absolute control and visibility of both printed data and machine operation. This is where the Viper Plus really leads the field. It is equally at home integrated into a carton erector as it is fitted to a simple ready meals conveyor. Let's talk briefly about specification, an important aspect of this product and one where it really does show its flexibility. We've already said that we can connect up to 4 print heads. These can be mounted together or on separate lines with multiple print sensors and encoders. If the print heads are fitted together to create a larger print, the physical design along with the Clarity software ensure that each section of the print fits together seamlessly and stays precisely within the registration. The maximum print speed possible is 75 meters per minute, way faster than most production lines are ever going to run at. Print resolution can be adjusted in both vertical and horizontal directions. This allows for best possible combination of print quality, speed and ink consumption. So that's the Viper Plus. It's fast, it's reliable, it's built to last and it can wrap itself around pretty much any application.